Hey, you. Yeah, you over there. I'm talking to you. I have some neat things to tell you about, so listen up. So myself, Aimee, Anita, Jack and Paddy have created this podcast. Well, anyway, you may be wondering what this is about. We are going to talk about, in the next few minutes, about thinking and problem solving in adolescence. Who are we? Well, this is a group composed of 3 science education students and 2 metalwork education students. What is thinking? Thinking is the process of considering or reasoning about something. From the moment we are born, we use our mind to produce ideas, decisions, and memories. This is known as the activity of thinking about something. And now, what is problem solving? This is using our mind to think of ways to solve problems we face every day, from the moment we are born to our last breath. How can we help students do all this? Well, we will let you in on our little secret if you promise not to tell anyone. Only joking. Sit back comfortably on your chair and we will recall all in our podcast.
What is a problem? A problem arises when a living creature has a goal, but does not know how this goal is to be reached. A problem is purposeful. It also involves cognitive rather than automatic processes. And the solution is not always obvious. There are different types: well-defined versus ill-defined, knowledge-rich versus knowledge-lean. NB. If you know the answer, then it is not a problem.
So, how exactly do adolescents think and solve problems? Well, there are lots of different ways, and different techniques will work for each individual student. Take, for example, a maths equation. The teacher gives you a quadratic equation, and the students are asked to work in groups to solve the problem. Working in groups has many benefits for students. It allows them to solve problems in a more efficient manner by breaking down complex problems into simpler terms. Students can gain communication skills by communicating with each other as they progress through the problem, teaching and learning from one another as they go.
In recent years, we have seen the introduction of technology into schools. Nowadays, it is very common for a person to Google the answer to a question they cannot figure out. In our clip here, we are demonstrating a student Googling how to solve a quadratic equation. It would be unjust to say technology does not play a major role in problem solving. Although we need to stay wary that not everything online is true, we should always use reputable sites.
So now we are going to talk about the Dewey sequence by John Dewey and how this is used to find solutions to possible problems for teens. First of all, we have step 1, define the problem. What is the problem that the person or group is concerned about? Step 2, analyse the problem. What are the symptoms of the problem? What caused the problem? Then we have to discuss the methods currently existing for dealing with the problem. Step 3, determine criteria for optimal solution. So, what are the guidelines for a workable solution? Example, cost or ability to be implemented. Step 4, propose solutions. After analysing the problem and figuring out the guidelines for the problem, you should be able to suggest possible solutions. Step 5, evaluate proposed solutions. After discussing possible solutions, you should be ready to select the most feasible solution to the problem. What are the pros and cons of this solution? Step 6, select the solution. What are the long-term and short-term effects of this solution? Step 7, strategies to implement the solution. Groups should have confidence that the solution selected will solve the problem. These are all steps a teenager may use to help problem solving.
So, here we are. What have we gotten from this podcast? We learned the definition of a problem and all the criteria of a problem. Also, we learned that problem solving can take place in groups. As the old saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. And that technology has begun to play a huge role in problem solving in recent years with the introduction of search engines such as Google that have the power to answer almost every question. We also explored John Dewey and his key steps to problem solving. We found this of great interest to us when exploring this topic, as we never knew about this John Dewey theory. We've successfully reached our targets for this podcast. We hope it was a benefit to all watching. We thank you for watching. Any questions, feel free to ask us.